Usually, the parents would be asking us, what do we want? But in this case, we are asking our parents, what do you want? So we could translate and relate that back to the waitresses. So that was definitely pretty unique, especially for a 9-year-old. My name is Nam. I was born originally in Hanoi, Vietnam, and our family moved to Canada in 2009. So I was 9 years old when we moved to St. John, New Brunswick here. It was around a time like this in fall. So I remember one of the families that helped us move here. They took us on like kind of a drive through Rockwood Park here as well. And I recall kind of noticing the colors of the leaves changing. That was the first time I was able to see that. And shortly after that, after the fall season, I experienced my first snowfall, first time seeing snow. That was quite a special moment as a kid. Usually it's the kids asking our parents for help, but in a brand new culture with new language and new kind of nuances around the culture, it's that the kids tend to pick it up a little bit quicker. When it came to English and filling out forms and translating at a restaurant or things like that, we had to kind of take the driver's seat a little bit and help them, adapt to the nuances of the culture. So that was different.
My name is Kim Chi Nguyen, and I am from Vietnam, and I live in St. John. Nam is my son. I had a little bit of some English, but when I came here, I was afraid from the beginning. I was afraid of answering the phone because the language, the English that, the local people, they speak fast or they use some idioms and some expression that we're not familiar with. I asked him to help me with, mom have this, cover letter or resume. Can you proofread for me? But it makes sense because they are a bridge between generations. To help your child to integrate in the new country is a big task for the parents. In the first few months at school, for example, I talked with the teacher and I came to the class giving the presentation about our culture, about our country. So I participate in every school meeting, encourage him to talk with the friends, to make friends. I enroll him to, a lot of extracurricular activity after school. He was in the string program at the school district. He was, in the chess tournament. And I feel that it's those kind of activity is build up his independence, right? And empower, your child.
One person that stood out to me was Miss Gallagher. She was my music teacher in high school. Right off the bat, as soon as I got to high school, she was the one that encouraged me to join the choir there. And shortly after that, the following year, she encouraged me to join the men's choir as well as joining the musical.
Having Nam in the choir was wonderful. He's an excellent student in the music. He already reads music a little bit, and he's very positive and very respectful, very enthusiastic. In my classroom, I welcome diversity. We've learned so much from each other, and in music, it kind of lends itself well. I encourage them to teach us about their music from their culture and their traditions. I remember Nam was in Phantom of the Opera, and that was quite an undertaking, that show, and Nam was a big part of that.
The thing that brought me back to St. John after university was probably mainly my family, and as well as the community that I had already been a part of for so long. And also the job market here is quite good for someone in my field in engineering. In terms of my goals for the near future at least, I want to obtain my PEng, which is a professional engineering certificate. A piece of advice that I can give to young people in St. John would be, don't underestimate the value of your community. Just, the people that you can rely on as a young person that can be undervalued sometimes, as we want to just move all the time and change all the time. That's the pace of a young person. But sometimes taking a step back and looking at the big picture, what really matters is like the people that you surround yourself around, and I find a community that has consistently been in your life, friends that have consistently been in your life. That's quite important, and yeah, I think that's the advice that I would give.